We want to find the exact value of the cosine of 11 pi twelfths. We know 11 pi twelfths is not on our unit circle, and radians are a little harder to see what adds together that are unit circle values, but let's just think about it for a minute. We've got pi sixths and multiples of pi sixths. We've got pi fourths and multiples of pi fourths. We've got pi thirds and multiples of pi thirds, which you can get from the pi sixths. But so what's the common denominator between all three of these? It's twelfths. So let's convert them all to twelfths. So this one would be 2 pi twelfths, that's pi sixths. And if we did this by 3, we get 3 pi twelfths for pi fourths. And if we did it with pi thirds, we'd have 4 pi twelfths for pi thirds. So that'll help us see which of those can we add together to get 11 pi twelfths, or we could subtract them, either one. So as I'm looking at this, if I took 2 of the pi thirds, so 2 pi thirds would be the same as 8 pi twelfths, and I added that to a pi fourth, which is 3 pi twelfths, that would be 11 pi twelfths. So that's a way I can get at my 11 pi twelfths, by adding 2 together. So let's go ahead and look at the formula for cosine. So I'm going to take cosine of 8 pi twelfths plus 3 pi twelfths, because that's 11 pi twelfths. But let's rewrite them back as their unit circle values. Now we know that when we add them together, we get 11 pi twelfths. So this first one is 2 pi thirds. I'm just reducing these fractions. And the next one is pi fourths. So if we add those two together, it looks like what I have above, and it's 11 pi twelfths. Now we need the sum formula for cosine then, and that is cosine of the first angle, cosine of the second angle. And since the trig functions are both the same, I notice this different sign between them. So since this one was a plus, this one's a minus. And then we need sine of the first angle, which was 2 pi thirds, and then sine of the second angle, which was pi fourths. So now that we have this expressed in terms of this other side of our sum formula, we're going to look at the exact values of these and put them in. So 2 pi thirds is right here in quadrant 2. 2 pi thirds is littler x, bigger y, so this is going to be 1/2 and square root 3 over 2. But in quadrant 2, x values are negative. So, and then we'll go ahead and put the pi fourths here as well. Pi fourths is in quadrant 1, and we know those pi fourths are square root 2 over 2 and square root 2 over 2, both positive. So let's go ahead and put in the pieces then. Cosine of 2 pi thirds is the x value here at 2 pi thirds, that's negative 1/2. Cosine of pi fourths, that's square root 2 over 2. Minus sine of 2 pi thirds is the y value at this 2 pi thirds, so that's square root 3 over 2, and that needs to be multiplied by the sine of pi fourths, which is square root 2 over 2. Now looking to see what we can do, we see they both would have a denominator of 4 when we multiply those together. So multiplying the numerators, we have negative square root of 2 for the first one, and square root of 3 times square root of 2, they get multiplied together under the square root, so that's square root 6, but there's a negative on there, so it's negative. So there is our exact answer for cosine of 11 pi twelfths.